Hey everyone, welcome back to the RP Games YouTube channel. My name is Ralph, and this is not Pathfinder Kingmaker. After 2 years of playing Pathfinder Kingmaker, finally finished the game, and now it's off to new adventures in a new RPG. And the one I've chosen is the Banner Saga. We're just gonna jump right in. I'm jumping in semi-blind. I played about an hour of the game, but that was years ago, so I don't really remember anything, to be honest. So let's say semi-blind. What I do remember about the game is that there is tactical turn-based combat, and it's not easy. So there we go. That's about all that I know. I think this is Viking themed, seeing the artwork and everything. And that is actually one of the things that really stood out to me is the art. I absolutely love the art that's on the screen right now and how the game looks and feels. This is a beautiful game. Let's jump in. The story in the Banner Saga changes based on choices you make. Uh-oh. You will occasionally switch between lead characters, witnessing the story from different perspectives. The gods are dead. In their wake, man and giant survive through a tenuous alliance, driving black destroyers called Dredge deep into the northern wastes. Now is an era of growth and trade. Life goes on. Only one thing has stopped. The sun. Minor detail. Who needs the sun anyway? I like my pinky white skin.
It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Varl human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital. Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds. We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
This is what I mean. Look at how beautiful this game is. Oh, that's the giants? Oh, are we playing the giants? That is very cool. Oh, there seems to be a fight going on. That door is not gonna stop us giants. And we're jumping straight into the combat tutorial. There we go. You've arrived just in time. The chieftain in red and his men are now looking at a tougher fight than they bargained for. Drag around the screen to see the surroundings and click the check mark to continue. Drag around the screen. Okay. These portraits show the order of initiative. Taking turns from left to right, your allies are blue, the enemy is red. It's your turn to act. So do I see which is which? Because 3 of them have the same portrait. Movement happens before action. The ring shows your shield banger is active. The blue tiles around him show where he can move. Some characters fill more tiles than others. The Horned Allies are a race of giants called Varl, who take up 4 tiles each, while humans fill a single tile. This can have a huge impact on your strategy. Oh, there is that scary word again, strategy. Buckle up, people. Ralph is gonna do strategy. Click the tile you want to move to, then click the check mark to confirm. Move your shield banger here to get him into attack range. To target an enemy, click on the tile on which they stand. Allied tiles are blue, the enemies are red. Target this enemy now by clicking the tile. Okay. You can choose to either attack the enemy's strength or break his armor. The numbers beneath each icon show the damage you will do to that stat. Okay, so the enemy has 4 armor and 5 health. If I attack his strength, so the red part, I'm gonna do 5 damage, so that will kill him immediately. If I attack the shield, I'm going to do 2 damage to the shield, but that doesn't hit his health. So in this case, where he only has 5 strength or hit points, it makes sense to attack the strength. Strength counts as both health and damage. A loss of 2 strength means you'll now do 2 less damage. Oh, I see. If strength falls to 0, the character falls in battle. Okay, interesting. Armor blocks strength damage, but can be reduced by a break attack. By breaking armor, you open them up to take more damage in the future. This enemy has only 5 strength remaining. A strength attack will kill him. Click the fist now to attack his strength, then confirm. Okay, I thought we already did that. 1 down. Each time you make a kill, your renown grows, which is used later to improve your characters. Okay. After taking an action, your turn ends. Next up is the enemy. Turns always alternate, even if you are outnumbered. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. Because otherwise they would be able to just, like, all 3 of them could jump one of my guys and kill him. And I couldn't do anything against that. So in this scenario, we at least have a chance to fight back every time. So that is their leader. Despite being at full strength, the chieftain will do little damage against your shield banger's high armor. Alright. Now it's your Warhawk's turn. He appears to be out of range of these enemies, but all characters can use willpower to boost their actions. Willpower is a limited resource, so use it wisely. By clicking on gold tiles, a character can move further than usual, at the cost of 1 willpower per gold tile. Okay, so we have 8 willpower now. Red pulsing tiles beneath your enemy show how close you'll have to get to be in range. Move your Warhawk into attack range now. Okay, so... yes, like this we cannot attack, like this we can attack. Okay, that makes sense. And this uses 2 willpower. Yep, alright, that's clear. Standard attacks only affect a single enemy, but your Warhawk has a special ability that gives him a unique advantage. Click your Warhawk's tile to access this ability. Okay, so this guy has 10 armor and 13 strength. Clicking your character's tile will bring up all of his combat options, including move, ability, attack, and end turn. Click the purple ability icon now. The ability is called Tempest. The ability description appears in the tooltips below. The Warhawk's Tempest allows him to slam multiple enemies at once. Select an enemy and then confirm your choice. So Tempest is strike adjacent enemies in a spin attack. Normal strength damage to 2 adjacent enemies going clockwise from target. So does that mean I have to hit this guy? Oh, they both go down? Oh wow. That made quick work of the chieftain's bodyguards. When there is only one enemy left, players enter pillage mode. During pillage, each character moves in order, and there are no more guaranteed turns. Check the initiative to see how the order has changed. Your allies now get to move twice in a row. Okay. If a character does not move on his turn, he can rest to regain 1 willpower. The chieftain will rest his turn. Looks like the chieftain is in some trouble. Your shield banger won't be able to finish the job with a normal attack, but willpower can be used to boost your damage. Click the chieftain's tile to attack. So he has no armor and 9 strength, and I do 8 damage. Click the fist, and then the stars above the fist to add willpower. The number of stars available each turn are determined by your exertion stat. So in my case that is 1, that's at the left corner of the screen next to that green square. You'll see the damage number go up as you add willpower. Click a star and then the green check mark to kill this enemy. There we go. Well, if we only face humans, that seems to go quite good.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and Varl slaughter each other, even before the Dredge arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more Dredge to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. A dozen families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade, quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his lust. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head. I am in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal, I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
And here I was thinking this is gonna be a simple visit. You're approached by a familiar man who walks in step with you as you're leaving the Great Hall. He cuts to the chase. Eirik, steward of Strand. I manage the governor's business. Ubin, isn't it? Okay, so we are Ubin. Alright. It is. The governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. Did we agree to that? I don't know. Maybe behind the scenes somewhere. Yeah, exactly. I didn't exactly agree there, but okay. What did you have in mind? Skalfings that you didn't hack up in the Great Hall scattered after you took out their chieftain. The governor just wants to make sure they stay down. I was hoping you'd join me at the marketplace by the docks. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who can tell us. Click the market tent to visit the merchant. Alright, so if we are in a village or a city, you will see an image like this depicting that location. And then there is different areas that will light up. Now, this is still tutorial mode, so there is only one that lights up here, which is the market tent. But later on in the game, we will be able to click on different buildings. Let me handle this, says Eric. You meander through rows of open-faced houses and eroded stalls. Colored canvases flap on a briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. Hat, I'm not in the mood today. For what? Talking to an idiot. Oh, that's a great conversation starter. The Skalfings chieftain bled out about an hour ago, Hat. So when you tell me what rat anus the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's going to try to kill you this time. Alright, we have a rat anus to look for. Might be a bit tough as a giant, look for such a small thing. They don't talk to me. Eric, need some help here? I had a change of heart. I hope you do give us a hard time. Hat sweats visibly, fumbling with some dirty trinkets on his table. Wait, just buy one of these. If everyone thinks I'm getting worked over every week, how am I supposed to know much? Just a little food money, yeah? I'm going to, I'm huge. I'm going to intimidate this guy. You motion to Gunnulf, your enormous bodyguard, who looms over the man like a snake over a mouse. Oh, I'm not even going to intimidate him myself. I have a bodyguard to do that. Okay, and he's enormous. What am I then? Jeez. Gods, Eric, laying it on a bit heavy, don't you think? Are you calling my bodyguard heavy, buddy? Might want to reconsider your words there. Where are the Skalfings? Nobleman, up by East Wall. But that was months ago, last I know. Hat skulks away with a wave of Eric's hand, gathering things from his hovel, disappearing for a while until this blows over, you figure. Your bodyguard steps forward. Are we done here? Gunnulf, were you wearing green back at the Great Hall? No, just bought him while you were walking around. Why? He looks like a character in Robin Hood, don't you think? Like all in green? You look like a frog? Okay, yeah, no, let's compliment our bodyguards. They look good, Gunnulf. You're one handsome Varl. I'm glad you care. Yeah, I do. Gunnulf goes off to look at more stalls. Are these giants very emotional? So far, I don't think so. Do they have humor? Eric, that man of yours seemed unreliable at best. A blind dog wouldn't trust Hat, but he used to be Skalfing. If they're licking their wounds, they've probably gone to old haunts, not new ones. Nobleman is a meat hall? Best I can tell. The name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put a few of these skulls in the ground. I'm going to find him. I'll meet you there. Shouldn't we have an approach of some sort? What a luxury. Come on, you've already mopped up worse today. Just make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual tithe. I'll remind him. Okay, yeah, you see, so now we're no longer able to go to the docks, so now we can go to the meat house up here. You arrive in front of what must be noblemen. A few minutes later, Eric appears with a weather-beaten man introduced as Valgard. I'll point him out, Eric says over his shoulder. Ready? You are walking through the front door. They ran to a meat house, says Valgard. I'll be surprised if they can stand up straight right now. Okay, here we go. Valgard boots the front door open so hard that it won't close again without repair. As you enter the hall, Eric is already at the head of the table, his axe drawn. Wide-eyed, drunken Skalfings scramble to find their own weapons, turning tables and meat stains in the process. Alright, here we go again. More combat. Yeah, I guess I'm ready. What else can I do? I was hoping for more of a fight. Look at them, it's gonna be a butchery. Oh, he's confident in his abilities. So, armor 13. I believe the tab reveals everything. Yes, here we go. So, Eric over there is not doing so well. Or, well, at least not doing so well. He has the least health and armor. Let's see, so we should get our shield guy up in front, I would say. Him and the guy who Valgard. Yeah, they have the highest armor value, so they will be the most difficult to damage. So where are we gonna place them? Not quite sure yet how far they can move. Now, I can technically reach someone here and attack. I can attack for just a mere 1. I'm not quite sure whether that's worth it. Well, if I can reach them with, let's see, what is it called? Stamina, willpower. How about I just remain here? I'm just going to remain here. What can he do? He can do Stonewall. Let's see. +1 armor to adjacent allies and self. Oh, okay. Let's do that. Then I give +1 armor also to our frog giant next to us. I would assume. Alright, Eric. I think it is best for you to not do too much combat, to be honest. How about we put him back here? Rally, what does that do? Gives willpower to allies at any range. 2 willpower. Okay. Yeah, why not? Let's give willpower to Valgard here. Sure. Alright, so they're not reaching me yet. So I could actually... If I move over here, then I can be hit by the one that's right in front of me, I assume. I think they will have 4 movement. How about if we move over here? What is this ability? None. Okay. So end the turn. There is no ranged combat. Oh, he's the guy with the Tempest. Oh, okay. So if I would move him here, he could do a good amount of damage with Tempest. Let's try that. Let's do Tempest, this guy. Oh yeah, oh very good. Alright, that's positive, to say the least. So, assuming that they can move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, what if I move over here? Or actually, I can move next to him. Wait, let me move here and then do this stone wall again. Just gonna move over here, do the rally thing once more. Although I don't really see anything happening there. Okay, so we are going to attack this fellow here. Let's see, we can attack, we do 4 damage. We cannot attack... Ah yes, okay, so we do either 4 damage or we do 2... Yeah, we're gonna need to hit him twice anyway. So even if I would do 2 damage to the shield now, I need to hit him again anyway. So let's just do the 4 strength damage. We could up that by 1, but that's doesn't serve a purpose at the moment. There we go. Okay. So let's see. Let our 7 and 6, and if I go here, 7 and 6. Okay, so we can kill 1 at least. And the other one will be almost dead. Alright, that's good. That is very good. Now, we have an opponent. Let's attack him. We can do 4 damage. Or we could take down his armor. No, I'm gonna do the 4 damage, and then hopefully Eric can do 2 wounds. That would be nice. Can you do 2 wounds, Eric? It looks like yes. Perfect. Oh wow, oh wow, oh what's he doing? Okay, so let's hit this guy in the back here. We can do 4 damage to him. There we go. Attack for 4. That one goes down. Okay, how good or how bad are we doing? So this is the one that's gonna attack next. Is there a way to see who that is actually? It's not super visible, to be honest. Yeah, it's not really super visible. Okay, let's Kill this guy for 7. Splat. And our friend Valgard can kill this guy, no problem. Alright. So Gunnulf got a promotion. Okay, we got 9 renown. That is good. There they are. Gods be damned. I've got to go wash off this blood. Eric is looking out the hall's windows onto the bay. A fleet of longships approach with sails of bold reds and blues. One banner I know well. Vognir. Next for Varl kingship last we spoke. The other flag? Looks important. Yeah, important guests. See what I deal with all day long. All things make a little more sense. You hoped I'd have a stake in saying everything's fine here when the royal guests arrived. Not me, the governor. Now I have to make sure that there are no rotting bodies or pools of entrails still in the Great Hall before they come by. Can I ask one more favor? What is it? If you happen to stall our guests down on the docks, I wouldn't object. Maybe I will. Eric and Valgard hustle from the meat house. To his credit, Eric tosses the barkeep a spar of silver for the mess. You give an apologetic shrug and go to greet the new arrivals down at the docks. Yep, now we can go to the docks. Let's see what's going on here. Vognir. So Vognir is the future king of the Varl? Did I understand that correctly? A familiar Varl steps onto the docks. In your mind you recall a much younger version tramping the halls of Grofheim, abundant in purpose. Gods, Ubin. You look ancient. Yeah, he does look like a king, though. Comes with being old, and if there is Vognir, there must be Hakon. Must there? Still bleeding tributes from the poor and stupid old yaks? At what age do you lose a sense of shame? Jurundr demands it. I'll take that over lingering to death in Grofheim. Speaking of, I had no sense you were so far from home. Just returned from Arborang, in fact. And glad for it. Hakon motions to the other ships in the bay, sails still fluttering. Golden Wolf had them blazoned on red. The King of Men. Or someone on his behalf. Ooh. The king's whelp. The king's son, Ludin. Don't you know Scrivener? We visit his capital, he visits ours. That's how you make alliances these days. It's a miserable waste of time. I like this Hakon guy, he's straight up. Yes, Hakon has it. Almost forgotten. It's a good thing you're around, Hakon. So then you're going to Grofheim? I have the distinct feeling I've finished my business in Strand and was heading there myself. We should caravan. We should. Give it a day. In better circumstances I'd drink a week away, but... let's just be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates. What he's trying to say is the prince is a delight to behold. Where is Mogr? Hakon, have him find a place to put up the warriors. I'm heading up to meet the governor. A host of giants depart in his wake. You recognize a few, others are strangers to you. Guess I'm off to find Mogr. See you in the morning, Scrivener. I'll be along. The young prince of men ambles from his ship. He brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Ludin looks for all the world the sort of boy who grew up pulling the legs from spiders. We're gonna see the Joffrey of the Banner Saga, I guess. The long road back to Grofheim should be more interesting than most years, you think? Weariness suddenly settles in, and you chuckle to yourself about what an odd day it has been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. On the other hand, if you're going to Vognir's caravan tomorrow, might not hurt to share a drink with Hakon, or introduce yourself to the prince they spoke so highly of. Okay, so we can choose Hakon or the prince. Let's talk to Joffrey over here. Is this the right place? You find the prince at an inn. Guards blanket the building, including a sharp-eyed Varl who must be working for Ludin. A woman in red eventually waves you over and stands nearby, arms crossed. Greetings, Prince Ludin. Yes? You're with Vognir? I don't remember you. Not exactly. I've known Vognir a long time. I'll be joining you back to Grofheim with my guards. Ludin looks up for the first time. The woman doesn't react. Why? I work for the king, carrying tides to the capital. We crossed by chance. Oh, a tax collector. Fine company. Is that a hint of sarcasm there, Joffrey? What do you want? I have a habit of recording history. I thought we might talk about your visit. A Varl historian, Don't you already know? Your king and mine both have been practically trumpeting it throughout the cities. I've been on the road a while, I'm afraid. Ludin takes a deep sigh. Whether tired or ungracious, you are uncertain. Maybe both. A formality, mostly. Vognir came to our capital in Arborang, and now we go to the Varl's capital in Grofheim to cement this grand allegiance, or alliance. Allegiance, alliance. Potato, potato. For the next age of men and Varl. You sound unconvinced. There's no need for it. And it's damn cold up there. You get the sense he's struggling not to complain outright. You take the opportunity to excuse yourself. Yep. See you later, Joffrey. Can we get him killed somehow? Is there poison in this game? Scrivener! You find Hakon in the meat house, surrounded by other Varl. Strand is no stranger to Varl, but rarely sees this many. Hakon waves you over. Went straight for a flagon? Vognir is the one who agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's hall anyway. You already missed the massacre. Every year I make the rounds collecting taxes. Every year it's the human settlements that give me trouble. No surprise. What this time? When I got here, the Great Hall was already full of bodies. We added a few more. Humans. I guess if I only lived as long as a Yok's fart, I might be desperate to make something of myself too. It's not too late to start trying, Hakon. Okay, so they do have a sense of humor, that's good. Hakon let slip a low chuckle. Any Varl could recount his deeds, known as he is for cutting a swat through Dredge at Vognir's side in the Second War, and regularly since then. Down here I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might have a point. Just another reason to get back to Grofheim. Soon enough, I imagine. You drink until the meat house becomes overbearing, then step back into the cool air outside. Okay, so I think if I click here, we are going to advance time to the next morning and are starting our trip to, what was it called? Fornheim? I still need to learn all these names. So we're gonna learn all these names in the next episode, and probably by the end of the playthrough I might remember one or two of them. So if you're enjoying this content, do me a favor and hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to follow along on our trip to the Varl capital. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you in the next video.